Good morning, my dear students. Yesterday we have started chapter quality. Okay. Today we will continue with this chapter. We will read and I'll be explaining you the content of this chapter. Are you very eager to know what happens afterwards? Because narrator is sharing about his experience. Narrator is telling here that he went to Gessler's shop, okay, and what kind of person was Gessler, his physical description, his physical infrastructure of the shop is given in detail, okay, what kind of person he was, that he was not competitor with other firms and other shoe stores because he was giving his work which was based on full quality. He was doing quality work, and the people who used to come in his shop, they were getting you can say shoes and boots on order. Okay, so such that conversation between narrator and Gaster goes on. Okay, and narrator gives him a order. Okay, and how did he receive order? How was, you can say, passionate he was, and he was a aged person, he was work alcoholic, he was so absorbed in his work. And when one of the complaint was made by narrator, how did he respond? See what happens when we go to shopping malls and we want to return anything. Do they return? No, because in bold letter it is written here, no exchange, no return. Okay, but he was that person with very much generous, very much honest person, that he said, okay, no problem, if there is problem in shoe, so he would be definitely rectify the problem. But if he would not be able to rectify it, definitely he can he can give that money back. So see how much honest he was. So such kind of person was able to survive in such cutthroat competition, because if you go in shopping mall, you will be getting 100 of shops of, you can say, so many shops of same brand. Okay, so there is a cutthroat competition. People, they want to, you can say, move further. They are in the competition. But Gessler, he was giving quality work, but he was not in the competition. And how did that person, you can say, remove from that competition? How did it die? So we all should be very much eager to know. So for that, I'm going to share a screen with you. Let's read that what happens afterwards. Clear? All my students are ready, and are they ready with their books and notebooks? Are they ready with their books and notebooks? And bache, if you don't have books, if you don't open the books, you will not be able to understand the text. So all of you, I request you to please keep books in front of you. Okay. And up to that, we have read the chapter. Okay, read from there. The tone was not of anger, nor of sorrow. So who is going to read? The tone of that was not anger. Today I'm going to give a chance to Aryan, you read. Let me see how do, because only 3 students already raised their hand. I don't want to give chance only to those students. Others also get a chance. So Aryan, you unmute yourself and start reading. Aryan. Jalashveer, you read. Aryan or Jalashveer, start reading.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, Aryan, your voice is not audible. Jalashveer, you read.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, kindly tell me, ma'am, I forgot where to read.
Start reading.
Ma'am, from where I forgot?
Your voice is not properly audible. What happened?
Ma'am, am I audible?
Wait. Wait. Okay, Jalashveer, you read. Jalash, you unmute yourself and start reading.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Start.
kindly tell me,
Yes.
ma'am, I forgot from where.
The tone was not the tone was one of anger. Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, am I audible?
There is so much disturbance, so much. Voice is creating an echo. Harmanpreet, you read. Harmanpreet,
Yes, ma'am.
read.
Ma'am, the tone was not of anger, nor of sorrow, not even of contempt, but there was in it something quite that froze the blood. He put his hand down and pressed a finger on the place where he left the boot was not quite comfortable. "I, Diods, you dare," he said. Those big worms have no self-respect. And then, as if something had given way within him, he spoke long and bitterly. It was the only time I have ever heard him discuss the conditions and hardships of his trade.
Okay, read further also.
They get ID all, he said. They get ID by advertisement, not by work. They get ID away from us, who loaf our boots. ID games to this recently. I have no work. Every year ID gets less. Ma'am, आगे.
Read further also.
You will see, and looking at his lined face, I saw things I had never noticed before, bitter things and bitter struggles, and what a lot of grey hairs there seemed suddenly in his red beard.
Okay. Now, bache, what is given here? Listen very, very carefully. I'm going to explain it. See, now the conversation between narrator and the guesser is going on. So when narrator complains about this thing, the tone of that not was anger, nor of sorrow. It means he did not get angry after getting complained, and he was not becoming so sad, because not even of contempt. It means he was not hating that complaint, but it something was there that really froze the blood, that he became, you can say he became frigid like that. That how did it happen? Okay, so he started checking that part of her shoes which was uncomfortable. Okay, so after that he asked him that does it hurt you here? Okay, or those big firms. So after that he said that those big firms, they don't have self-respect. Why so? Because he spoke so long and bitterly. Why so? Because it was the only time I have ever heard him discuss, because at that time when narrator complained about their shoes, at that time he was, you can say, discussing the conditions and the hardships. Hardships means, you can say, troubles. Would you write down the meaning of hardships? Hardships mean, hardships means problems. Problems or trouble. Okay, so what kind of hardships and problem he had to face in his trade? What is the meaning of trade? Trade means business. Okay, it seems so simple na, that he gets order and on order he makes shoes, but his business was not so simple. It was having so many problems, trouble that he had to face in his business. They get it all. It means they get it all. They get it by advertisement. Now he is talking about what? He is talking about other companies, other merchandise, other shoe stores, that they just do the advertisement. Okay, they do their work only with the advertisement. People watch the advertisement, and what happens? People come there and they purchase the shoes. They don't go on the quality of the shoes. They only see that this advertisement is there. They don't judge the person by its work. Okay, so such kind of conversation was going between narrator and Gessler. Okay, they get it all. So at the site, you can see under the honeybee, simple English is given. They get it all. They get it by advertisement, not by work. They take it away from us who love our goods. It comes to this: presently have no work, every year it gets less. So here he was discussing about the problem is with business, that every year his problem is going down to down. His problems are increasing and his business is going down to down. Why? So because there is a competition. There are so many other stores, the shoe stores, and people go there because they see the advertisement. They don't see the quality of the work. So he says that, so no, narrator thought that he had noticed this thing first time. Why so? Because it is a bitter thing, it is a bitter struggle, okay? And that's why he had got lots of gray hair, okay? And suddenly in his red beard. It means you can say he was becoming old. He was becoming old because of that overburden. Clear? As best I could, I explained the circumstances of those ill-omened goods. Ill-omened. What is the meaning of ill-omened? Can anybody tell me? Ill-omened means bringing misfortune. Write down the meaning of ill-omened, bringing misfortune. Okay. So as best I could, I explained the circumstances of those. So after that, he talked about this thing, that this shoes was creating such kind of problem, and narrator was listening to that person Gessler very, very carefully, and he also came to know, narrator also came to know that Gessler, he had to face such kind of problems. Okay, but his face and voice, it was so deep that during the next few minutes, narrator thought that he should order more pears. So that because he was having sympathy with that old man, that old man is giving quality work and he is not getting too much money. There are so many competitors in the market. Okay, so they lasted longer than ever. And he said, okay, whatever the order I will give you, I know your shoes will last than ever. Okay, and for the next 2 years, there'll be no need to purchase another shoes. Okay, so he gave order, he got those books, those shoes. Okay, and it was many months before my next visit to his shop. This time it appeared to be his elder brother handling a piece of leather. Now narrator got a chance to go to that shop again after so many months. Why so? Because these shoes were surviving best. They were giving best, so there was no need to purchase new shoes. But after many months, when he got a chance to go there, so what happened? Gessler was there? No. There was another man, and who was another man? It was his elder brother. Okay, it was elder brother of Gessler. Okay, now afterwards, I'm going to give a chance to Hardik Uppal. You read. Hardik, you read. Yes, Hardik. Hardik Uppal, am I audible to you? Please read, bache. Read from there. Jasleen, can you read, bache? Jasleen, am I audible to you or not?
Ma'am, am I audible? Ma'am?
Yes, Jasleen, you read. You read from there because I have explained only up to this.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as best I could explain yahan se.
Not, well, Mr. Gessler, I said, how are you?
Okay, ma'am. Well, Mr. Gessler, I said, how are you? He came close and peered at me. I am pretty well, he said slowly, but my elder brother is dead. And I saw that it was indeed himself, but how aged and worn. And never before had I heard him mention his brother. Much shocked, I murmured, "Oh, I am sorry." "Yes," he answered. "He was a good man. He made a good brood. But he is dead." And he touched the top of his head, where the hair had suddenly gone as thin as it had been on that of his poor brother to indicate, I suppose, the cause of his death. Do you want any boots? And he held up the leather in his hand. It's a beautiful piece. I ordered several pairs. It was very long before they came, but they were better than ever. One simply could not wear them out. And soon after that, I went abroad. It was over a year before I was again in London, and the first shop I went to was my old friend's. I had left a man of 60. I came back to the one of 75, pinched and worn, who genuinely this time did not know me at first. Do you want any boots? He said. I can make them quickly. Uh it is a slack time. I answered, please, please, I want boots all around, every kind. I had given those boots up when one evening they came. One by one, I tried them on. In shape and fit, in finish and quality of leather, they were the best one he had ever made. I flew downstairs, wrote a check, and posted it at once with my own hand. A week later, passing the little street, I thought I would go in and tell him how splendidly the new boots fitted. But when I came to where his shop had been, his name was gone. I went in very much disturbed. In the shop, there was a young man with an English face. Mr. Gessler in? I said. No, sir, he said. No, but we can attend to anything with pleasure. We've taken the shop over. Yes, yes, I said. But Mr. Gessler? Oh, he answered. Dead. Dead? But I only received these boots from him last Wednesday week. Ah, he said. Poor old man starved himself. Slow starvation, the doctor called it. You see, he went to work in such a way. Would keep the shop on, wouldn't have a soul touch his boots except himself. When he got an order, it took him such a time. People won't wait. He lost everybody. And there he'd sit going on and on. I will say that for him, not a man in London made a better boot. But look at the competition. He never advertised. Would have the best leather too and do it all himself. Well, there it is. What could you accept with his ideas? But starvation, that may be a bit that may be a bit flowery, as the saying is. But I know myself he was sitting over his boots day and night to the very last. You see, I used to watch him. Never gave himself to eat. Never had a penny in the house. All went in rent and leather. How he lived so long, I don't know. He regularly let his fire go out. He was a character, but he made good boots. Yes, I said, he made good boots.
Okay. Now listen, bache, very touching explanation of this paragraph. So what happened? Now we have come to know that we were reading from there. So he got a chance there to go there after 1 week, okay, and he thought that because when he gave an order, he got those boots. After that, he thought he was passing by that street, and he thought that he should go in and he should tell him that what a best quality he gives and how his shoes are so splendid one. Splendid one means very much best one because the new shoes were fitted so well. So when he went to that shop, he was so surprised that his name was not there. So he, narrator, he got so disturbed that why he was not there in the shop. And there was another young man with an English face. Okay. So narrator asked and Mr. Gessler is in. So the person, that Englishman, he said, no, Mr. Gessler is not in. But we can attend to you anywhere with pleasure. Pleasure means with happiness. We are here to attend you. Okay, because we have taken over the show. What is the meaning of taken over? Taken over means when a previous owner is replaced by the new owner. Okay, when thing is taken over, it means previous owner is not now owner. Now the new one is the honor. Okay, it means replaced. Taken over means replaced. So yes, I said, but Mr. Gessler, but narrator, he was searching for Mr. Gessler. So after that, Englishman now who was the honor there, he said dead. So narrator was just so stunned, so surprised, dead. How can you say? Because I got these shoes last week only. I met him Wednesday week and I purchased shoes from him. How can you say that he is dead? Okay, and new owner of the shop, that Englishman, you can see in the pic, he said that that poor person, he starved himself means he died because of hunger. Okay, because of slow starvation, because of slow hunger. What is that? Okay, because the doctor said this, because when treatment was given to that person, what was the problem? Why did it die? The doctor told because of the you can say slow starvation, because he was not getting money for his work. Because of that money, he was not able to purchase food. Okay, because whatever the order he used to take, so he used to take so much time to fulfill those orders. Okay, and in this way, people were not waiting for long time. Okay, and that's why he was losing everything, and he would sit, it means he used to sit for long hours. Okay, and he said that not good persons are there in London who can make better wood, but you just look at the competition. Because of the competition, because he never advertised, he has never given advertisement of his shop. So how could people come there? Very few people knew him. Okay, because of his best leather, because of his quality work. Okay, so he said that that person died because of starvation. So he said that may be a flurry. Flurry means that you are explaining it too much. You can say decorating that statement. Okay. So whatever the money he was, you can say earning, he used to pay the rent of the house. Okay, he was not able to get food. He was working for day and night, and this was the reason that he had to starve. He had to die with hunger. Okay. Because he was not getting time to eat, he was not having a penny, you can say coin, money in the house, and all money was going in rent and purchasing good quality leather. And how he lived, I just so surprised at how was he living. And he regularly let his fire go out because he was missing his meal. Okay, and he was not able to having good food, he was not having money and fire. He regularly let his fire go out. It means there was a fire was going on because he used to do work from day to night. Okay, and he was such a character. It means he was a man of principles, and he was giving a quality work, and he was making very good shoes. Okay, and narrator was also agreed to the new owner of the house, and yes, yeah, he said yes, he really made good shoes. So this was all about a touching chapter. I think one can feel like crying after reading this chapter, because in such kind of cutthroat competition, it is very difficult to find such kind of people, because everyone is running a race. Everybody wants to earn more and more. Okay, nobody wants to give quality work. Okay, so now let's do the question answers. The first question we have is, what was the author's opinion about Mr. Gessler as a boot maker? As a boot maker, now all of you should be ready with your books. I'm going to close it. Okay, now get ready with your first answer. Hurry up. Get ready with your first answer. Okay, Arpita. Okay, Arpita, you tell me this answer.
Yes, ma'am. Author's opinion of Mr. Jesus and their bootmaker. According to the author, Mr. Gisler was the best bootmaker in the city. He had only what was ordered, and what he made never failed to fit. The boots made by him were mysteriously wonderful. He was the perfect artist in this job.
Okay. So for that, I'm going to share board with you. Voice was not clear at all. See here in this answer, the question is what was the author's opinion about Mr. Gessler as a bootmaker? So here I'm going to provide you hints. What hints you can write down? Type in chat box. All of you start typing. What kind of person was Mr. Gessler? Very much hardworking. So hardworking is a very simple word. In place of hardworking, you can write down laborious. Okay, he was very much laborious. He was dedicated, not a part of a competition. Believes in quality. Believes in quality. Work alcoholic. Work alcoholic means used to love work so much. Okay. Used best material. Best material. Okay. So such kind of points you can add in your answer. You have to tell about his physical qualities, which kind of person he was, dedicated, work alcoholic, hardworking, laborious, believes in quality, okay, loves his work, passionate, dedicated, passionate. So, bache, I have provided you so many hints. You pick up these hints, write on your own, add up your points, okay, then frame long answer. So now get ready, because with the help of these hints, I think so many students can frame this answer, and I want maximum participation of my class. I don't want passive listener in my class. I want that you all should be very much eager to impress your teacher, to impress your parents, because these videos are going to be uploaded on YouTube daily. At any time, any of the parents, any of the children at their home, they can watch it. They can watch later on also if they were absent, or if any of the question was not clear. So principal ma'am can also see, any teacher can also see. So bache, you are going to create good impression on others if you participate. And moreover, not only for show off, you just think points are given to you. Why are you not responding in the class then? Tell me. You should be very much eager to tell me the answer. Yes, ma'am. Points you have given. I have other points. I think I have written only 4 or 5 points. You might have 10 points. So you add up those points, pick up all those 15 points and frame a long answer. Okay, bache? So start doing. So who is going to tell me this answer? Hurry up. Hurry up. I want maximum participation of my class. I want maximum participation. I'm giving you 2 minutes to frame this good answer. Okay. Jasleen. Jasleen, you tell me this answer. Yes, Jasleen.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your answer.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Gessler was a very laborious man, and he was a very dedicated and passionate bootmaker. He did not believe in advertising about his shop, and he was not being a part of the competition as other bootmakers. He used very good quality of leather, and he was also a work alcoholic. He did not care about himself, but he worried more about making good quality of boots and helping his customers as much as he could
Okay, good.
with providing good boots.
Okay, very good. Now, Guneet Kaur. Guneet, you just tell me. Guneet, you tell me this answer.
Yes, ma'am. He was very determined to his work. He was ready to work. and how much he earned, it all went in rent. He died of starvation. He was very kind and hardworking. He used to make good quality boots. He used to worry about the quality and his customers.
Okay. So you can also appreciate about his shoes. Okay. Arshia, now you tell me this answer.
Yes, ma'am. According to the author, Mr. Jessler was a very dedicated and laborious man. He did not fail to make good quality boots. He was not a person that believed in being competitive. Moreover, he believed in his customers' satisfaction and wanted to help them by making good quality boots. He used to use great leather for his boots and give his best in making those boots.
Okay, good. So very well. So we will continue this chapter on Monday. Okay. And on Monday, bache, you have a test also, test of formal letter writing. Wait. So on Monday, bache, you have a test of formal letter writing and narration. Narration, I will make you revise on Monday also. You can recall. Okay. So formal letter writing, I have taught you in detail. I have given you so many hints, so many notes also. Content also I have provided you that which kind of content can be added in which kind of letter. So I have given you so many hints. So bache, you have Sunday. On Sunday, go through formal letter writing very, very carefully, because in 8th also, in 9th, in 10th, in further classes, you are supposed to do. And this time you just make it a target that your foundation should be strong. If your base of formal letter writing is strong, you will be able to do others one. Okay, so do lots of practice. Okay, and on Monday, try to score full marks in the test and revise narrations that we have done in PT1. Okay, on Monday also I will make you revise narration. Okay, and up to that, do not, there is a list of defaulter with me, those who have not submitted their English notebook yet. So today, not today, tomorrow, I am giving you one more chance. Only in your class, only 5-6 defaulters are left. So I'm giving them chance that till Sunday, till tomorrow, they should submit me their notebook on my WhatsApp number. Otherwise, in evening, I'm going to upload the list of defaulters. Don't give me a chance to do this, because it doesn't look nice that I upload the list of defaulter in parents group. All parents will come to know. So you create your good impression, do your pending work and submit it by tomorrow. Okay, and prepare for your test very well. Okay, students, thank you and have a nice day. Take care of yourself.